Hello again, this is Steve Maynard with Guardian RFID. Today we're going to talk about staff retention. Pretty broad topic. We're going to shorten it up in a couple minutes and give you some key points on how to retain your staff, or you as a staff member, how to stay around when you think things are just too much. You're overwhelmed, you're burnt out, whatever it may be. Retain yourself and retain officers around you, and then supervisors when you watch this, how to retain your staff and what you need to do to keep the job interesting, keep it good, keep it enjoyable. The job is tough. Corrections is a hard job. You know, some people say, oh, it's easy, it's a piece of cake. And the job itself is easy. Doing your security rounds, passing out meals, all that. Yeah, of course, all that stuff is easy. It is. But it's the mental aspect of the job that really gets to people. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all these things tumbleweed up, and sometimes officers just don't know how to deal with it, so they leave. So we, as officers, administrators, supervisors, we have to recognize this stuff and address it and make it better for our staff. The job's tough, the job is stressful, the pay isn't good. We're not in law enforcement to get rich. Rotating schedules, working day and night, you're at your work more than you're with your family, all these things. So we have to recognize this stuff. And then there's the old thing where my supervisors they're just on me all the time. They're on my case all the time. And that may be the case, but I think the majority of the supervisors do that because they know there's potential in there. They want better for you. Now, there may be a bad apple in the bunch somewhere along the way as a supervisor who worked his or her way through the cracks, if you will, and made it to supervision, and they just can't be a leader. They don't know how to be a leader. And that's where schooling would come into play and remedial training and all this. So that's a whole nother conversation. But that does play a huge factor. People leave because of bad supervisors. Don't get me wrong on that. I've seen it. Going back to the job as being tough. The job is a tough job. You're telling grown men and women what to do day in and day out. Time to lie down. Time to go to bed. Time to eat. Yes, you can go to the restroom. Yes, you can have more toilet paper. I have a 9 and a 3-year-old, 2 boys, and it's hard for me to tell them what to do all day long. Because human nature is like, just go. But you can't do that in a jail. You can't. You have to maintain order and telling them what to do day in and day out. Of course, in a respectful manner. So that is tough. That is tough. I said like a while ago, you're not in law enforcement to get rich. So yes, money can be a burden for most officers. I'm struggling. I'm working paycheck to paycheck. I think every officer starting off can say they've done that. They've worked their butts off, they've stressed out, and they live paycheck to paycheck. You're not in it to get rich. You have to earn it. Work your way up, work the overtime, make supervision, study, know your policy, get the training, get all the training you can. That is part of retention. Learning as much about your job as you can to work your way up and earn it. Rotating shifts can take a toll on your body. I know, I've seen it, I've been part of it, where I was working 2 weeks day, 2 weeks night. Day shift, I would gain weight. Night shift, I would lose weight. And then it was vice versa. And then I got put on permanent shifts, permanent nights, then permanent days. It's different. It affects everybody differently. Me personally, I'm a day shift person. I like to get up early, go to the gym, work out. It's good for me up here. Saying all that, retention is the key, okay? It's not quantity, it's quality when it comes to corrections. That's what I used to tell the recruiters. We can hire 75 people and fill 75 vacancies. But if it's not 75 good officers, 75 good people looking for a career, then we're wasting our time. I'd rather have 30 good ones that want a career, that want to be here and do a good job, than 75 and 40 of them just be mediocre. They're here for a paycheck. They do it, let's be honest, half-ass. We don't want that. We want 100%. 100%. The phrase that I always say for every officer, every staff member, every administrator, every supervisor. And remember this, when you see officers struggling, when you're struggling, when you see someone down and they're talking about quitting, they're talking about, I can't do this anymore, just remember this phrase, I am my brother's keeper. I am my brother's keeper. Take care of the ones around you and help them along the way. Help them have a successful career. And I promise you, the reward in the end is great. The reward in the end is great. So be safe. Take care. See you next time.